Okay, 7th graders, chapter 4.2. We're going to solve one-step equations again, but this time it's going to involve division and multiplication. So our job is still to isolate our variable. We have two sides of the equation, and we want this x to be by himself. So we need to get rid of this 5, and this means x is being divided by 5. So the opposite of divide is multiply. I'm going to multiply by 5. Now notice I put it in the numerator's position. And then I'm going to multiply by 5 on this side, because whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. Now this 5 in the numerator cancels this 5 in the denominator out, and then you're left with a 1x, and we don't write the 1 down. And then I have a negative 2 that's being multiplied by 5, and that will be negative 10. All right, if you want to check yourself to see is it correct, we say is negative 10 divided by 5 the original problem? Is it negative 2? Well, negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2, so it worked. Now on this one, and this is going to happen to you always, you're going to have to get rid of negatives in front of variables from now on. And the way that, and there's two ways to do this, but the way I do it is I say, well, this is negative 1 times a. And if I want to get rid of a negative 1 times a, the opposite would be to divide by negative 1. And I need to put a negative 1 down there. I can't just leave it blank or you can't see it. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and a is now isolated, and a negative 24 divided by a negative 1 is a positive 24. So basically it just changes its sign. And then here on this one, I'm also trying to isolate that n and get him by himself, and this means negative 1.5 is being multiplied by n, so the opposite operation is to divide by negative 1.5. And then the n's will be isolated, but we've got to come over here and figure out what 3 divided by 1.5 is. And you're probably not being allowed a calculator, so put the 3 under the division bar and the negative 1.5 on the outside. You're going to have to move that decimal over one place to the right, and then you're going to have to move it one place to the right over here, so you're going to have to add a 0 to be able to do so, and then bring that decimal straight up. And then ask yourself, well, how many times does 15 go into 30? Well, it's 2. It goes in evenly 2 times. 15 times 2 is 30. When we subtract, we have no remainder, and we have to remember that we're dividing a negative by a positive by a negative, so we're going to end up with negative 2. So negative 2.